you telling me you were double jumping, triple jumping, doing a backflip, and also sniping?
Yeah.
Like while doing that?
Yeah.
Amazing.
So, Anuk, are you telling me that easy anti-cheat is not the best at detecting hackers?
Definitely not.
There's a lot of variety in how they've done the levels and stuff.
You know what I call that, Delanta?
Perfection.
Welcome to the Game Playlist podcast. My name is Akshan. My favorite sequel is Danganronpa 2. I was looking through the list of my games, and that was the only game with the number 2 on it. That's me. Next to me, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Sashan, and I'm going to take Portal 2 from Akshan.
I'm surprised Akshan didn't think of that.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that.
Lord. Hi, my name's Anuk, and I'm going to be taking the Halo series.
Setting a Halo 2.
Sure.
Taking Halo 2 then? Okay.
Halo 2,
Halo
sure.
2 Electric Boogaloo.
Alright.
And my name is Delanta, and I'm going to be taking the best sequel of all time, Fallout 3 2 by Obsidian.
What?
Oh,
You
New
guys have heard of
Vegas.
Fallout 3 2? New Vegas?
New
Fallout
Vegas.
New Vegas. Okay.
As before the Outer Worlds 2, the Outer Worlds 2 comes out this year, so
That's true. That's
Fallout
coming out.
3 2.
This is the playlist. This is the podcast, not a playlist. This is a podcast where we have a playlist of games. And how do we select these games? Well, at the beginning of the month, we all pick a game for each other to play. And today's game is selected by Anuk. Anuk, you want to tell us about your game?
Sure. The game I have chosen for this month is Titanfall 2. So, well, this game is about gigantic robots, or titans as they are called. They basically
And
fight a...
let me guess, they're
Yes.
falling.
Thank you for that very important information where they all fall from the sky. Yes.
Wait, where are they falling to?
They're falling.
They fight a corporation where you are a militia group that are fighting alongside these people that have...
Sorry, can you say that again?
So they fight a corporation where you are the militia.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Malaysia.
Yes.
Go on.
Yes, we are Malaysians fighting a corporation, taking over a planet. Yes, that is what that's what the game is about.
Mhm.
You take on the role of Jack Cooper, fighting alongside other notable characters that we will talk about later in the podcast. So we shall find out about what can they do in the storyline. It's over to you, Akshan.
I genuinely thought there was some deep lore that this was
You just
the
didn't know that this entire thing takes place in Malaysia.
Yes.
Everyone's Malaysian. Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, as Anik said, it's probably the biggest game that we've played for the podcast. Oh yeah, welcome to season 2. It's the first episode.
Yes. January 2025.
Yeah.
It's probably the biggest game that we've selected for the podcast. It's the only AAA game, in fact, if I remember correctly. I think so.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's a lot to talk about here. Namely, the game takes place in a sci-fi world. Cool sci-fi shenanigans drops.
Mhm.
I like it. It's very... I'm trying to think of what the music's like. Is it Star Warsy? It's not really Star Warsy.
Not really. For me, like it's
It's more of a COD.
generic.
It's more of a COD Modern Warfare kind of
Yeah,
vibe.
it's a very generic shooty war.
Shooty bang bang.
Yeah, shooty bang bang game.
I I think playing it second time, I could hear the music a bit more, just because I was not paying as much attention to the game, because I could hear the music, and I was like, "Yeah, this is cool, good music, well done, composer." It kept the intensity up throughout the whole game when it needed to. Yeah, it's good stuff. Visually, this came out in 2016. Visually, it's pretty good. It like holds up decently well. I don't think I don't think anything about it looks ancient.
The
I don't agree with that.
Really?
I don't think it looks bad. Don't get me wrong, but to say it's aged with time, sorry, to say that it's like
kept up with time.
yeah, kept up with the time. I wouldn't say it is very much a game from the 2016 era.
I think the thing that's making me say that it doesn't feel like it's aged is that it doesn't look repulsive.
Yeah.
Like there are games
Yeah.
that are really
Fair enough.
old.
Fair enough.
There are games that are really old, and you're like, "What's that guy's nose?"
Mm, mm.
the game looks fine for the time. And I will say the non-human parts of it, like the titans, the guns, everything that's related to the world, like you running around the world and all that. It looks pretty good even now, I would say. That's my view on it.
Yeah, I'd agree. I guess the thing is that it's not. What's the word? Maybe it's because I also haven't played very modern, like new games, like new AAA games, so I can't really. It doesn't feel off. It didn't feel off to me that there was like something wrong with the graphics.
I think also the game moves so fast that you don't like have time to.
Smell the roses and stuff.
And
Yeah.
it's not like a game with cutscenes.
Ish, yeah.
It's
yeah,
not.
pretty much.
Are there cutscenes? No, right?
No, there are,
There are
Well,
but
yeah.
it's so
Quite a bit.
fast that it kind of.
Okay. What I mean by cutscenes is like cinematic cutscenes. When this is like a cutscene, it's like an in-game.
in-game. Yeah.
It's like an
Yeah,
in-game
it feels
cutscene.
in-game. Yeah.
They don't have, most of their cutscenes are all in-game.
Yeah.
There are no cinematic cutscenes.
Unlike
Maybe at the beginning and the
Beginning is only the only cinematic cutscene. Right?
Yeah.
no, that's not
and then
cinema. Oh, you're the intro.
Oh, the
Yeah,
beginning is the only cinematic. Yeah.
Yeah.
The intro. Yeah.
yeah. And I guess like you're not like the humans in the game are like so small that you don't really notice any like closer, finer details, and so like
Yeah.
can't really
A
tell.
lot of the people are wearing helmets,
Yeah.
and very rarely are you like getting so close to them you see their paws. You're mostly going with a gun. So
Mhm.
I think from my view it's aged pretty well visually. It's you can see the scenes. You can definitely see the scenes. It has its age, of course. But yeah, I quite like the game from a visual from a experience standpoint, from just the vibe elements of it. It's a fun sci-fi world that has a deeper lore that we can get into a bit later. But first, this is it's game made by Respawn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and this is a precursor to their Apex games. There's a little bit of nods. Well,
Would you call it a precursor, or it's more like
It is a precursor.
more like the same world?
It is a precursor because in the Apex Legends universe, at least
it's
they
not a-
all
But like I would say like a precursor is more like a direct thing, you know, like this is like it's happening in the same world, but the connection is
whatever happens
minor
in
at
this world
best.
affects their world as well, right?
that's what it being in the same world means.
No. As in like whatever happened in Titanfall 2, right?
Yeah.
It affected their
Happens in Apex
storyline as well, if that makes sense.
because it's in the same world. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, if you want to say that. Okay,
Yes.
sure. Can I guess?
Yeah. I don't know what precursor means. So, uh, uh,
I meant like directly connected to the story of the Apex games.
when you move your mouse, right?
Uh-huh.
And
Okay, let's just cut your bad joke before before.
I can already see the bad joke. So let's talk about the game, the game itself, like playing the game. I'll come out and say it. Fucking great.
fucking great, fucking great, or fluffing great, depending on you.
Yeah, I
He used up
It's lovely.
he
It's
used
lovely,
up our
yeah.
one swear word, Delanta. I'm sorry.
Oh well,
Well, you're getting cut out. So the game starts you off with a tutorial and a gauntlet, which you could have a little bit of fun doing and beating times on. And then you're into the game, either the I mean, I guess you could play the multiplayer before the tutorial, but into the multiplayer or the campaign. They pretty much use the same mechanics, but there are some differences we'll get into. But yeah, this game is like if Call of Duty was on meth. Because the amount of running and jumping and sliding and double jumping and bang bang and then I saw Titan that you do in the game is amazingly fun.
This is what Fortnite wished it could be.
If only. If only. They'll never be as big as wait.
people who have not played Fortnite recently, so I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Think...
No, I'm referring to when they tried to add mechs.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay. But sorry, small tangent. Actually, in the new season,
Oh,
they've
gosh.
added in wall jumping and mantling and stuff. So it's kind of it's interesting, like that type of like the wall jumping and stuff that you have. Obviously, it's not as good as what
Titanfall.
Respawn does, but it's
Yeah.
like that is there now. So.
I kind of want to. Well, I was gonna say I kind of want to play the other games. The other game is Apex. What am I gonna play?
There you go.
You gotta wait till Titanfall 3 comes.
Yep, never coming out.
Yeah. If you play at Apex, the movement is good, but it's more advanced than in Apex. I believe. I don't think Apex has
It's a
double
bit too.
jump roll.
It's a bit too rigid in Apex, whereas in Titanfall 2, it's a bit more fluid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it suits each game's type because Titanfall is a lot more like big battle.
I think they did say like when in at least original Apex was supposed to be like Titanfall, right? With wall jumping and stuff like that.
Yeah, they were initially planned for it, but then they removed it because of the time and everything.
I mean, there's enough chaos as it is in Apex. I think. Yeah, I think adding that is just gonna make things a lot worse.
Yeah. But just to give you an idea how the freaking movement works in this game, I love platforming and of any form. So it being tied to the combat of this game as well was very fun. Just like wall jumping, sliding, and as you're sliding, going at the enemies, double jumping, sliding off the wall, or climbing onto something and punching the guy on the top shelf. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. This game's ability to make you feel like you're an action sci-fi hero is flawless.
It is, yeah.
It is lovely. I didn't play this when it came out. I played it now. Anuk, you played this when it came out?
No, quite a bit later.
I played it when it came out.
You played it when it came out. What was the... I was going to ask what was the reception to it, but I imagine Titanfall 1 was very similar.
Well,
No.
The thing is, the problem with Titanfall 2, and maybe this also kind of helps people to understand why we're not getting a Titanfall 3. When this game came out at the same time as Battlefield 1 and the Call of Duty of that year, I was told myself, I had a note saying, figure out what the Call of Duty of that year was, but I forgot to figure it out.
Infinite Warfare.
Was it Infinite Warfare?
No,
Anyway,
it was a modern.
It was sandwiched. So the problem was it was sandwiched between these other two FPS games. So because of that, no one really cared when Titanfall 2 came out because Call of Duty was obviously the biggest FPS at the time, and then Battlefield at the time, Battlefield 1 at the time was also doing very well. So Titanfall 2 basically was just completely pushed out. And there was also, I remember I was listening to someone recently talking about it, saying, why we're not getting Titanfall 3. The belief was because at the time, again, little industry sidetrack but relevant. I think Respawn wasn't owned by EA before Titanfall 2. EA was
No,
just the
no,
publisher.
not yet. Yeah.
And then the belief is that EA pushed out, made Respawn release Titanfall at that time to sort of devalue the game, and in-term the company, so that EA could come in and
Take
again
it.
just a theory, just a game theory.
A game theory.
But it's a game theory, but it also sounds exactly like EA.
It
so
sounds exactly like it. So that's
I
what
mean, they did
happened.
end up buying Respawn, so
And then
Yeah,
buying
exactly.
Respawn, and now we have Apex Legends and so
Yeah.
on.
yeah, so
Ooh.
screw you, EA. Freaking, I log in to the game on Steam and I need to open EA in a different tab in order to log in
Yeah,
to Steam.
I was gonna ask. I saw there was a point. Was there a problem, or
You just have to open.
I
Yeah.
played it on the EA app and on console, so we don't have extra login.
So on Steam, you just have to have the EA console open. Otherwise, it just turns off before turning on.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
the EA app.
it's just like
Yeah.
any other game with an external launcher.
Yeah. Except like Ubisoft, I don't have to turn on Uplay. Like Uplay just turns on its own when I open Far Cry. Yeah.
Okay, so you had to open EA separately to.
Yes, that's why it's annoying.
I didn't have to do that. It opened by itself and turned and then like just gets into the game.
Do you have EA app on auto start or no?
For me,
Yes.
I'd probably turn it off.
Yeah, even I had it off. That's why it didn't work,
Let's
because I had
see.
to turn it on.
Task Manager Startup. EA is disabled on startup.
Thank you for
Good.
the investigation. I don't know but that does sound like pretty bad bad design.
Yeah, bad design, bad and bad parent company of Respawn. If you're getting this game, it's your choice. It's a great game. If you want a great game, in my view.
you'll have to jump through a lot of hurdles if you want to get the game.
I feel like the inconvenience is worth it.
No, definitely the inconvenience is worth it. But get it on a deep discount, Don't give EA that much. But
To be fair, the discounts come every month or so.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, what is it,
Yeah.
like $5?
it was 85% off or something. Yeah.
They were giving it away for free on Xbox for Christmas. So
Hey,
Wow.
Xbox users, just take it.
it's not there anymore, but
Next Christmas, take it.
next Christmas you might be able to get it for free again.
I think the thing that really makes the movement and the combat really fun is that it's very responsive. And what I mean by that is it's very responsive, but also looks cool. What I mean by that is, in GTA, when you punch somebody, you click the button, and it takes like a 2-second animation of the guy punching him, and you can't do anything else while he's doing that.
Oh, okay. You mean like it's very quick?
Yeah, like you hit someone, it does the cool thing, but then immediately you get to immediately like, okay, I'm doing the next thing. Like you don't have to wait for the animation to finish.
Yeah.
It's very, like, you would have to put a lot of work to make that work, to make that both cool to look at and also cool to do, and also quick enough that you don't feel like the game stopped you from playing the game and you might have died in the middle of doing an animation.
Yeah.
Everything feels like your actions are respected by the game. Everything you want to do, you can just try and do.
You mean like the takedowns? What are you talking about?
No, I know about these takedowns because they tutorialized it to me, but I never did them in the game. I don't even know how you do them. I'll be honest with you.
Sometimes I felt for me like I tried to do a takedown, but it just ended up being a punch. Yeah.
Usually the takedowns happen if you're like very sneaky and if you don't make any sound behind them.
Mm. Mm.
I will
And
add.
most
Clearly, I'm a very loud individual.
I will add to this entire thing because I did forget to mention this part that we should probably talk about. I'm assuming Delanta, you played on controller, yeah?
I did both, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So this was my third time playing the game. So the previous two I played on mouse and keyboard. So this time I finished it entirely on controller, and it was a lot more of an easier experience. The
Controller.
the engine that this game is made on, and subsequently Apex, which led to issues in that game also, was that like the auto aim is freaking ridiculous.
Sticky. Very sticky.
It's friggin' ridiculous, man. Like you get your crosshair like anywhere near the head of the enemy, and like it's just headshot instantly.
Helmet flies off.
Yeah. So yeah, I would say like it's good. It's fun in a campaign story experience, but it did end up causing issues in Apex, which is a bad thing. But I would say for the purpose of the campaign, it does make it
It's fine.
easy because I think it's necessary because of with how much movement there is in the game. It is very, very difficult to be extremely precise with the controller joystick. That I think it was necessary to have that. And it makes it more accessible for people that are playing on controller.
Yeah, yeah. Inherently, unless you're flats, it's hard to aim with control. Yeah. So flying around and the jumping about, my weapon of choice usually was I liked going shotgun. Whenever I could pick up the shotgun, I would go shotgun. Yeah, and then I'd have a brr gun in my second holster.
Are you talking about like in the campaign or like just in general what you would like to play with?
Yes.
Thank you. Because like even I'm the same. I prefer like a rifle or an SMG and like a secondary weapon as like a shotgun. But like I feel like the entire campaign just forces you to try out every single gun that
Yes.
this game has to offer. That like
Yes.
you have no choice but to play every single thing. Which
It's one thing to mention
yeah.
about multiplayer and campaign. Multiplayer, whatever gun you have infinite reload for it.
Mm.
Whereas campaign, you would just pick up whatever's on the floor because you run out of bullets. All right, here's a new gun. What does this do? Oh, boom.
Go from shotgun to sniper to LMG to
Yeah,
uh,
I really like that just because it made me feel like I'm a lone soldier, just scraping by. Just like, oh, I've run out of bullets. I need to pick up this guy's gun. What is it? Oh, it's a long range, and I'm punching this guy.
I liked it for the reason that it actually gets you a bit. I feel like people fall into a category whenever they play a game that they just try one weapon and they don't
Stick to it.
want to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no change.
they don't want to switch, right? Like especially in multiplayer games where like you don't feel like everyone has a bias towards a certain weapon. Like even if I was given the choice, I would pick the shotgun and the rifle, but this makes you learn every single weapon and like truly lets you experiment with it, which I think is a good way that this game has done it.
Yes.
I think they've like strategically placed also like the different weapon types along the
Yeah, you have your what do you call the gun holders, and then you have
yeah.
weapon and stuff. So yeah.
And the enemies themselves carry those specific weapons for that area. Like they never carry the same thing. So like
Nope.
if you're holding an R3 or R201, R201, you're having an R201, like the enemies will also be having that same gun so that you can get more ammo.
Yeah, I was just reading something about the development of this game, and apparently one of the inspirations for the campaign was the original Half-Life, and I was like, okay, I can see that. I can see it in how the just you pick up what you get. You just pick up whatever gun and use that.
Yeah.
Almost like survival of the fittest kind of vibe.
Yeah. You're just getting by. You're not decked to the nines. You are just scraping by. It is different to the multiplayer. Multiplayer, someone yell? No. Actually, in the multiplayer, you have your main weapon, and then you have the Titan weapon.
Yeah, yeah.
Loadout, yeah.
Yeah, I like the sniper Titan weapon.
Sniper.
Yeah, letting
You
out
mean
your
the
sniper tank.
The
Sniper
Ion,
tank fantasy.
the North Star?
the North
The
Star.
Nyastya, yeah, the one where you zoom in and it goes, pff,
Yeah.
you know.
It is nice.
I would say for me though, human gunplay didn't feel. I think there is some recency biased or some like playing Apex and a lot of newer FPS. I feel like the gunplay didn't feel for humans didn't feel very good for me. I kept on thinking like when I was using especially like Apex guns, so like the R201,
201.
R301, even like weapons like the car and stuff. I kept on feeling like I think it's done much better in Apex, which again goes to show like how they've advanced as a studio. But and obviously, I'm using hindsight here, but I feel like that's kind of affecting the way I played here, and it didn't feel great because I just kept on thinking, oh, there's actually a better way to use this better. Like it felt better in the newer games.
What was your like? What did you find about like the gunplay that you didn't like just specifically?
It just didn't like, especially like when I used the R201.
Mm.
Like I remember how I used like an R301
Mm.
and stuff, and like just the way it looked and the way it felt to like shoot, I was just like, I prefer it in the newer ones.
Is it
You
the
know,
gun sound or is it just the
just
pullback?
the whole even just the look of the crosshair. I think because it's different, right? Like the
Mm.
crosshairs in this are different too. I don't know about all the guns because I didn't use things like the longbow. I didn't. Did I use an L-Star? I think I used an L-Star.
Actually, you know what? Maybe is it because like the Apex was like the attachments and stuff with the different hollows. Like
Maybe
your
again, that's what I'm saying. Like they've definitely changed it. They've definitely made it feel better.
they're fine tuned, yeah.
They fine tuned it a lot. So
Yeah.
that's where there's going to be like a disconnect. Obviously, again, it's hindsight, right? It's from playing newer experiences and then going back, and you're obviously not like if it's not the same thing, then it's not going to hold up in some cases, right? Titan gunplay was nice. Yes, Titans are cool.
I'm wondering
especially when
why
they
I felt the
Wondering
opposite actually.
You prefer
felt-
the Titanfall? I mean, it's a preference thing, right? At the
Yeah.
end of the day, like if you prefer it, there, it's there. For me, I just didn't.
I feel like the reason why is that like the Titan gunplay is like interesting and like the all is nice, but like it also goes from being very fast paced to being very slow, medium-ish.
Guns are good. Titan guns are different. Titan guns. Are
Yeah, they are different.
It's more the human like it's your what Jack Cooper.
Yeah. So I'm saying I like the human gunplay.
You like that compared to
because it was
Apex.
I do like the quick paced nature of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think these guns are very the way they're designed as well for the game are designed to be used with the movement. So like Apex has good movement, like in regards to like jump with the like climbing on ledges and stuff. But it is far more focused on okay, I need to use the gun well, and so the guns are the real meat of the thing in
Yeah.
Apex.
Guns are the true champions of the game.
The true Apex legends.
True.
That's right. But in Titanfall, it's a lot more. It's a lot less focus on the guns and more moving about and trying to hit things while moving about. Because if you stand still, in a weird way, being a sniper in this game, you can, but it just doesn't feel right compared to running with a, you know.
Yeah. But then I guess you can do it, like you can play however you want.
You definitely can. However, the game does disincentivize that by just you don't get to choose what gun you have.
Yeah. I meant more that like I wouldn't say the snipers are like
multiplayer.
I wouldn't say the snipers are like out of like that they're not useful in the games or anything because like
Oh no, they're very useful.
yeah. I don't think the movement really hinders any gunplay or any certain gun type.
I would imagine it
Because
does.
like I feel
Are
like
you telling me you were double jumping, triple jumping, doing a backflip, and also sniping?
yeah,
Like while doing that?
yeah.
Amazing. show
Amazing.
me your ways.
Sishan had to keep the game interesting after playing it for the third time.
Yeah.
That's like Widowmaker with the grappling thing, grappling and then while flying, dealing a headshot.
Maybe that's because I'm used to it. Like with Apex, like you're so used to like so much movement in that game, and like it's yeah. I think it's the appeal of like the fast pacedness that like your brain sort of like gets in tune with that entire thing.
Ooh, another big difference from Apex: health regen as opposed to health bars. Uh, the system of like health is far more like doing a lot of burst damage at once, as opposed to chipping away at their health very slowly and letting their health bar go down and
You're
down.
not a bullet. There's no bullet sponge in Titanfall. It's like either you get shot a bit and die, or
Yeah.
there's no
Taking
initiation.
cover or running away is
Yeah.
something you want to do constantly to maintain your health and get it back up, and then
Yeah. Not like most modern day FPS games where you're like a bullet sponge for everything.
Is that
I would say tactical shooters are a lot like one headshot or few body shots. I feel like battle royales are the bullet sponges.
yes, or Morga. Uh, I think battle royale probably makes sense just because it's very resource intensive, and so health as a resource is a thing to manage.
Yeah.
But the only resource you manage in this game is bullets and type of guns, which
Anything
is
else?
nice. There isn't really anything else to manage, so you're just focused on picking up a gun and doing the job, getting from objective to objective. Unless you're trying to collect those helmets around the map.
Did you like use your abilities a lot? Like I kept forgetting I could go invisible.
Oh yeah, and when I went into okay, so you know what? We'll get into that in the campaign. But I when I played it on master difficulty, I started needing to use the invisibility a lot just because there were portions where people were just gonna kill me.
Just coming after you.
Are there okay? So we're going to multiplayer a little bit, like if just focusing on multiplayer a little bit more.
I do want to say this since we're going to big caveat for anyone who wants to play Titanfall. Multiplayer, at least for me, was a very difficult experience. Maybe everyone else had an easier time. On console, it's very hard to find a match. I remember, I think yesterday or day before, I spent an hour trying to find it.
Yeah, no. Me and Anuk couldn't queue together because we just were not finding a match.
For some reason, because it doesn't let you find a match when you're grouped up.
So you know what we did? We both queued at the same time and just hoped we got in the same lobby.
Did y'all ever get into the same lobby?
Oh, every time.
Yeah,
almost
every time.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So there's a few people because we saw the same names over and over and over again. So there's a few people playing on PC at least. I can't speak for console. Apparently, it took forever.
Yeah.
Did you manage to get any game?
No, I didn't. Not a single one. The thing is, I think again for the people to know, this isn't a cross-platform game. Came out for cross-platform was a thing.
Yeah.
So I think there are silos of PC, Xbox, and PlayStation separate. So I think PC is probably where you're gonna find a lot
The
of
most people,
finding
yeah.
the game, because I think there are still a couple of thousand playing. So if you do want to play the multiplayer, PC is the way to go. But I think even still, it depends on the time of day and so on. So keep that in mind.
Actually, how many people are playing right now?
Yeah, I think player population is important in a game. Overwatch. Because
I mean, the apples and oranges here. Like this is siloed. That's cross.
and because it'll really affect. It doesn't matter how good the game is if the player population is pretty low. Concord.
Can we stop slicing everybody and just like focus on the game?
There are apparently 3,500 people in game.
There you go.
Hey, there you are. Enjoy those 3,500
Maybe we should
people.
go queue multiplayer right now. So thank you for watching. And
Yeah. Hey, if you do queue multiplayer, just queue on your own and you'll probably get each other.
Yeah. But like, disclaimer on my side, like I also didn't really play a proper multiplayer game. I think the only like somewhat multiplayer-ish game, I think it was with bots, and I'm not even sure. This is like 3-4 years ago, to be honest, when I first played it.
I
yeah,
see.
well, obviously, yeah. Back then, I mean, I played it back then, multiplayer.
I will say though, playing it for the first time with Anuk, and I think Anuk was on the enemy team the first time.
First time, yes.
On the enemy team, I had a blast. That was fun.
It's very good multiplayer. It is like when it works, it works.
They need a revival. Apex just reboot and
Yeah,
put the
It's
game
not happening.
This has happened multiple times. It's never lasted.
Fallout 3. Fallout
To be
3 is
fair,
Titanfall.
to be, oh, good Lord. To be fair, the multiplayer in terms of the official multiplayer, it's very low. But there's another, how do you say, unofficial
You mean third party?
multiplayer platform.
Community
That's another third-party platform that people use to play Titanfall because of the hackers and stuff. So this third-party software or whatever you call has a bit more, what do you call it? More players, I think,
than the
and
servers.
yeah, more than the official one. So it's a bit easier to find more matches there, I think.
Yeah.
I haven't tried it still. I haven't looked at it yet, but like from what
Check
I've
in the
heard, it's
comments.
better.
Anuk will link you to the
Anuk will save your Titanfall multiplayer experience. Reach out to him and he will figure it out for you.
Call Anuk now on.
No.
So, Anuk, are you telling me that easy anti-cheat is not the best at detecting hackers?
Definitely not. I can attest to that. It's definitely not.
Hmm.
No anti-cheat in the world is ever that good.
Ah, whack.
Oh yeah,
My friend,
Okay,
have you
okay.
ever seen
Enough comedy. Enough comedy.
comedy. Oh god. I've lost the plot. We're talking about.
So we're talking about the
freaking anti-cheat.
multiplayer. So you guys played the Anuk and Akshan. I guess you two were the only ones who played multiplayer recently. How was it?
Oh yeah, I was expecting to get demolished because I had no idea how to play the game. I was expecting to get demolished, get killed by everybody. But amazingly, I think the skill floor and the skill ceiling is not so high that even the best players, like they were definitely better than me. There were players who were definitely better than me, but I still felt like I could contribute. I still felt like, oh, I can take out the Titan. Oh, I can kill that guy. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Oh, he came to kill me and I killed that. You know, I felt like that was a possibility while playing. And so, being a new player, if you somehow get a game, being a new player, I did not feel at all like I was being overpowered by skill. I felt like even definitely I was not as good. I was enjoying myself. It was quite fun. It's chaos. The multiplayer is quite chaos, and it really feels like the campaign felt.
Yeah.
So I had a great time. I had a good time. Did you play it, Dilanta, when it came out?
Yeah, I did.
How was it back then?
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. I still remember like I think the way I of course don't remember what modes and stuff I played back then. All I remember is like playing with PvP with Titans and stuff, but maybe the modes and stuff are different now. But it was a lot of fun. I think I only played multiplayer when it first came out. I didn't even touch campaign then.
I don't think I've had a proper multiplayer experience at all.
Hey, don't uninstall yet. We'll have one after the episode wraps.
Yeah, no thanks. I'd rather save 60 gigs on my hard drive.
Oh god. There's another mode. There's a few modes to do with multiplayer. Like I think the only one we played was attrition because no one else was queuing for the other modes.
The other modes were Last Titan Standing, Capture the Flag, Attrition, Skirmish, Team Deathmatch, Free for All, and War
Play
Games.
all of these recently?
Recently, before Akshan joined, actually,
Yeah.
I was playing Last Titan Standing. So basically, it's like you are in a Titan, and if you die, you are eliminated for that round. So the last person standing wins the round.
Battle Royale.
It's like a battle royale style, yeah.
Yeah,
So-
when I played with Anuk, we could only get attrition. Like we
Yeah.
were never getting any other modes.
It's like a 6v6 fight with AI bots, soldiers,
Yes.
stuff like that. Yeah.
You have to sort of you have to try and just get as many kills and points as possible on your team.
That mode attrition, it has what do you call NPCs, right? So it has
Yeah, NPCs.
Yes. So you can
That's
run.
what I played a lot also back when it launched.
Yeah,
That
that's
was-
probably why I felt like I could do things because I was still killing enemies even if they weren't players.
I think maybe that's the mode I played as well. I just remember bots and I was like thinking this is a
I
multiplayer.
think I have a feeling that when the game came out, that was the main mode.
Probably.
It felt like the most polished and like
When the game came out, I think all the modes were there. It's just, I think more people were playing attrition at that time.
Probably, but I think attrition was
You're wrong,
Most
Anuk.
popular.
Most people were playing Battlefield and COD.
That,
Thanks. Yes.
but I would
Battlefield.
say I would say you were
Battlefield
still
one,
able
yeah.
to file, you were still able to find games back when
Yeah.
it came out.
True.
I know we shit on you EA, but hey, bring back push the multiplayer. I don't know, add a battle pass.
Didn't the was it the devs at Respawn that left? Like the original people?
Original people left. Few of the original people left. There are still there.
They made their own studio, right? Like
That I'm not too sure.
I mean, if you think about it, Respawn is them making their own studio, so they left again to make.
They left twice. Wow,
So
they left
they were
Infinity Ward.
Original Infinity Ward, right? So Call of Duty.
The
So they
Call-
left that to start Respawn. That was taken by EA. And then
Called
their own studio.
Wildlight Entertainment.
Jason West.
Wow. Hey, Jason West. Good luck to you. You made good games.
Is that the new? Is that his new studio?
Yeah, Wildlight Entertainment.
Wild Light.
Yep.
Well,
Oh,
who knows? Maybe they'll come out with like a Titanfall like game. Like obviously can't do the same
Or
thing.
something else entirely. Who knows?
Yeah.
probably an FPS. Probably.
Yeah, it seems to be their bread and butter. You know, it's what they like doing.
What engine was this made on?
Okay, I was looking this up. It's a reworked version of the Source engine.
Most often people use source engines, yeah, at that time.
I was baffled by that. I had no idea this was the Source. I thought it was like some other thing of the time, but Source.
To be fair, it did look like a source engine also because of the graphics, the movement and everything.
Was Half-Life 2 Source or Source?
Yeah, Half-Life 2 was Source. Source 2.
Was it Source
think.
2?
Half-Life 2 was source 2, Half-Life was source.
Because it looks very Half-Life 2-ish, but I was like, it can't be Source, the Source 1 engine.
Yeah, Half-Life 2 is Source.
Oh yeah, so it's. But then it's understandable.
Yeah, it's yeah, it's crazy. But it does explain just how good the physics are. Later on, we'll get into the campaign, but the physics of the later on stuff we will get into.
Physics.
The physical. Yeah, there's another mode called Frontier Defense, the PvE mode, which me and Anuk we played one game of. We got demolished and we stopped playing for the night.
PvE. What's that?
Give them the reason why, Akshat.
Okay, I said we'll play on hard difficulty, expecting to get other people in, but then we played hard difficulty with just us two in a game meant for 4 people.
Mhm.
There you go.
So
I'm not the wrong one here.
is it like it's like you're fighting against waves of
Tower
Yeah,
defense.
yes,
Tower
yeah.
defense.
Defending a generator of some sort.
right,
Tower defense game.
Yep.
tower defense.
It was absurdly hard. My lord.
Because we were on hard mode.
Although there was a great hack that I figured out, which is when you summon the Titan, it creates a force field of like indestructible aura around you, around the Titan. And so I just summoned the Titan near the generator, so the generator was indestructible for a few moments, so we could deal with the enemies for a bit.
Well done.
Yes, and then we lost. So that's the PvE mode. Anything else about you played it more, Anuk, than me.
PvE mode, if you play with 4 people, is generally easy, depending on how good the others are as well. But it is very, very intense. A lot of movement going back and forth. Like it's like a tower defense game. It's gonna be a lot more. How do you say? A lot more movement, a lot more thinking, a lot more planning and stuff like that. So it's good. Would recommend if you want to play with friends, but if you're playing with randos, I would recommend.
Yeah. We were trying to get Delanta and Sesha, but they said they didn't want to talk to us anymore, so we couldn't get it.
We're friends.
We're not even recording this podcast together. We're all recording the audio separately. We're
Yeah.
listening to each other's
I'm just responding to them.
Yeah.
I'm listening to their pre-recorded.
Whatever that guy said.
Funny joke, Dilant.
Anyway.
Did not made a joke? Oh wow!
All right. So yeah, that's all I feel like I have to say about the multiplayer. Do we? I want to get into the campaign.
Honestly, though, like I don't know if you all have the same sentiment, but like as much as the multiplayer is, I would say, somewhat available, like you should really not expect to spend that much time in it. I would personally, I would say, like, just
I agree. I mean, the fact that we couldn't get games, I hope people understand. We really couldn't. It is not impossible, but I would say if you are getting the game now, it's mainly for the campaign.
Yeah.
Yes, this is. I think if you're looking for a recommendation for whether to get this game, not multiplayer.
Yeah,
I think it's just because you can't play the game as good as it is.
The only reason I would say we spoke about the multiplayer is because of the potential that this game had to become like a very good multiplayer experience. It had that potential, but sadly, capitalism, EA.
Yeah.
Well, EA, but also the market said they didn't want said game.
But also EA.
But also EA.
But also EA. Yeah.
It's in the game.
It's in.
It's in.
All right. So let's talk about the campaign. The campaign that I love it.
It is.
I love the campaign. It is short. It is packed full of different kinds of things that you do. It doesn't feel repetitive. It is action packed. It is a fun ass time, and it's one of I might be, maybe I'm stretching here, but it's been a while of me playing this game. This is probably one of the best campaigns in terms of gameplay, in terms of the game. One of the best campaigns I've ever played.
That is yeah.
I would say it's up there for being like a very good experience.
I agree with the gameplay. I think it's very interesting, especially how varied. I mean, obviously, again, what we
It
discussed,
is
but like, there's a lot of
perfect.
variety in. I wouldn't use the word perfect.
It is
There's a lot of variety in how they've done the levels and stuff.
You know what I call that, Delanta?
Perfection.
Well, you got there, Dylan.
Yeah, I mean,
To each their own. Let's
We can
move
get it.
on. Let's move
we
on.
can get into why. So the campaign, the story of the campaign, we can get into it a little bit later, but it's quite simple. It's
Very
there's a
lenient.
MacGuffin.
Yeah.
There's a MacGuffin. You are soldier. You are underdog, but now you good dog, and you go defeat bad guy.
Yeah.
Stop.
not the most.
There is something about the story that I did want to say that I've mentioned to Akshan before.
Say your piece,
Sure.
man.
Yeah.
Say your piece.
It's most that like this game. I'm comparing it to another unnamed game that I shall not mention because I'm still playing it and not done with it yet.
I wonder which one.
and I might anger some people in mentioning this game. So shush. But this game, even though you are seemingly dropped into this world, like in the middle of everything that's happening, like it doesn't give you much context about what's happening in the world. It's just like there's this faction, you're this faction, this is what's happening, and you're supposed to stop the bad guys from doing this. It gets like the story is presented in such a way that you actually are able to process the things that are happening very well, which I admire from this game just because like the only other game, which is the one that I'm playing, the unnamed one I'm playing right now, doesn't do a very good job at that.
You can name the game star.
No,
No one's
no.
gonna kill you.
No.
You can just say it's Yakuza 3.
Nah.
What you mean to say is Halo.
Yes, yeah, I'm playing Halo Reach, okay? I'm not done yet, but for the time being, Titanfall 2 does it in a way that makes me actually care about the things that are happening and like actually makes me understand the story a lot better. While still maintaining a focus on the gunplay and the gameplay of everything, like you don't feel like you feel like you're actually in the midst of everything, so to speak. You don't feel like disconnected from what's happening in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I would say I agree with your point on simple story, easy to understand, but I don't agree with the care because care is not there.
What do you mean, care?
I would say
Sorry, I don't know why I said that like that.
It's so mean.
What
It's
I
so
meant
mean.
to say was, yeah, it was. I feel like this campaign, I would compare it to a Call of Duty campaign. I think it is pretty similar in the way it's delivered and so
Structure.
on.
Yeah, okay.
So I can't say I cared too much about what was happening. It was simple enough to understand, and I'm sure if you do want to get invested, it is an easy story to get invested in.
Did I say care?
You did, yeah.
Yeah, you did say care
okay.
quite a bit. You said it multiple times, in fact.
Yeah. And I was like,
Now I don't care about
again,
the story.
for me, I wasn't so invested in the story. Like again, it was easy to understand, but to say I cared is a bit of an overstatement there.
I cried when BT fist bumped me.
He again, maybe later on, he is it fair to say he?
Yeah.
It's voiced by a man.
Okay. BT was probably the best part about the story. The relationship between BT and Jack was the best part, but that is not enough to make some individuals care.
It should not make enough to make a grown man cry, Zanta.
Well, Akshan did, then I would consider him a grown man.
Yes.
There you
Yes. You consider me a grown man, huh?
go. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. My love for this campaign comes from the fact that they didn't overcomplicate anything. The story was so simple, and they just allowed for all of this fun action set pieces that you get to play through. You don't watch it in a cutscene. You get to play through these fun action segments, and it's wonderful. It's a lot of work. I imagine making these action set pieces playable, as opposed to putting it in a cutscene and then you land on the planet and then you go and you just shoot guys.
Okay.
It's a lot of work, but for those 6 hours, it was a beautiful, just tight, like never bored, never feel like it dragged on experience. It was lovely.
They were good with the length. I think they kept it very, very concise and stuff.
Yes, this is game. They didn't go, this is movie now. This is game.
This is good. Yes.
That's a problem I'm having right now with Yakuza 3, but
Don't get me wrong.
What too much story?
Don't get me wrong. There are games that are great, but they also are like movies that you play, like The Last of Us or Uncharted. I like those games still, but in the art form of games, I want game.
You don't want to think about the game, about the story. You just want to play it.
No, I love to think about the story. One of my favorite games last year was a game, but it had story.
So it has to have a balance of story and gameplay. Is what you mean?
No, I want the story to be told in game, not in movie format. Like here's a scripted cutscene, here's characters talking. You know,
it's that thing, right? Like the reason why we play games is, and like at least I know that me and Akshan share the sentiment in that like video games are like a step above in terms of entertainment, because it's the immersiveness of gaming that like gets you to basically it immerses you in the story more, and like you remove that aspect out with cutscenes.
Yeah. One of the things that the game does is like every now and then there's a point where you're outside of your Titan, he's about to throw you, and then this guy comes and goes, I've gone Super Saiyan, and he comes and he attacks your Titan, and he's still holding on to you. For like 3 seconds, 2 seconds, you're able to shoot the guy, almost like you're in that moment allowed, like in an action movie. Like,
he's talking about the Viper fight.
They didn't need to give you control for that moment. They could have just had the cutscene play out, but they gave you control for those 2 seconds to make you feel like you had a chance. Which is you, as you, the player, felt like you had a chance. It's not the character on the screen, you know, in a movie, which is throughout a movie you empathize with the character, whereas in a game you are feeling the emotions of the character. You try, or rather, the game maker can try to make you feel the emotion of the character, like panic in that moment. And this game does that. With the story being so simple as it was, does it beautifully throughout the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the variety of the level design. The level design of this game is...
That was honestly, even for me, I was like, wow, like the way they changed up the levels and had all these different things, like, cool.
Yeah, and they never used them again. It's like, just for this level, you're going to time travel.
Yeah, I guess that's how you keep it fresh.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Half-Life inspiration is true here. Just because I'm remembering how in Half-Life each section had its own kind of gimmick.
Yeah,
like you go into Raven. I forgot what the
Ravenholm. And you get the gravity gun. Yeah,
you get the gravity gun for the first time. But before that, you had a car in the desert, and you went around carring it up. And then you can summon little guys with a squeaky sack. That's really weird if you haven't played the game. But
yeah. I guess like another part of it is that like it also, other than I guess the time other than the time thing, like every other aspect of and maybe the pistol stuff, it still like applies to the base game for the most part.
Yeah.
Like it's not just like some of them are just gimmicks.
It's only for the storyline. It's not
Yeah,
really
just for the
multiplayer.
storyline. But like I would say most of it is like applicable to.
Yeah.
Most of it is applicable to like the base game in like multiplayer in the multiplayer sense.
Yeah. It really feels like you are a soldier who's running through and figuring out what this new world-ending device is, and you try and stop it. They're running away from you. You're on the battlefield. Epic.
Epic.
Just to mention another one. The second time playing it, I realized that the ship, when you're in the flying section where you're chasing down the flying
Viper.
ship, in the Viper section, when you're in one of the cargo holds and you're fighting the enemies and you're trying to take out the turrets, the ship moves and is like tilted on its side at some points. I didn't realize that the first time.
Oh, that you're
It's
also
like-
tilted as well.
Yeah, and I was looking at the enemies, and they were standing in a way that would make sense for them being tilted. They weren't clipping through the floor. It's absurd amount of effort that you have to go for that one level.
It is. It is.
It is lovely stuff, and I love the feeling of that you have some sense of choice. Like you could have done something. For example, there are these stalkers, I think they're called, where you can hack into them and and use them as your own stalkers.
Oh yeah.
You if there's a point where there's two guards who most of the time will just go up and turn on the stalker thing, but if you shoot them down first and you go up to the stalker thing, you can hack them for yourself, and suddenly the next fight is easier.
Oh,
Like-
right. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. I get it.
Yeah, it and it requires you to be like, oh, I need to, and it's beautiful. Chef's kiss, respawn, make another campaign. Although they left, I guess. So
So don't.
whatever you're doing at your new company, make another campaign, please.
I guess it's true. What was it? What was it? The name of the Baldur's Gate guy?
Sven.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sven?
when he gave a speech at the Game Awards last year.
Oh, yeah.
People who make like games with passion, like make the best games. And like I feel like Titanfall is also like a good example of that. You can
Passion project.
you can see the passion in this game. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
It's,
EA sucked the life out of it in Apex Legends.
Yeah. Don't we all love that? EA. It's in the hells.
It's in the microtransactions.
It's in the microtransaction if you buy in the bottle in the battle pass.
It's in the DLC. That's better.
Oh god. Yeah, I had a blast with the campaign. I loved it. I'm trying to think of other things that were in the campaign. The Titans, as you go through the game, as opposed to multiplayer. Actually, we didn't really talk about the Titan options that you get in multiplayer. Even this applies to multiplayer, but the campaign, as you go through, you unlock different kinds of Titan forms. The thing I really liked using was the shotgun one, because if you hit something 3 times, then you have this.
Oh, the rocket.
Ronin.
Is that really like a shotgun?
It kind of feels like it's not a rocket. It's not the rocket one. It's the one. It's the one that goes.
No.
instead of-
I know what you're talking about, but like,
it's described as like explosive shot something.
Oh, Scorch, is it? The one
yeah, I
with
know
fire?
it's a Scotch.
Not,
I think
not the fire. Not the
Then-
fire.
then it's-
I know what Scotch is. Not that one.
it's
We're talking
the
about Ronin then.
It's
That's the case.
probably
Ronin's the
Ronin.
only other
Does
Ronin's
Ronin have a?
sword.
Isn't Ronin with the sword?
Yeah.
No, that's not that.
Are you talking about Ion?
Maybe Titanfall. Titan.
What are the other abilities in that class?
so it's you hit it 3 times, then it like circles in red, and then your next ability is like it fires rockets at it.
Oh, that's normal Vanguard Titan, right? No.
I don't know.
No, the Vanguard goes brrr, right, with their thingy.
I'm a bit confused.
Us.
It's fine. It's fine. Let's just.
But it's the one that goes.
It's probably the Ronin.
But I didn't have. I know what the Ronin is. It's different to the Ronin.
Is it
Either
the
way,
tone? Okay, either way. See,
the tone. It might be that what you're talking about.
it's a tracker cannon.
Yes.
Yeah, then it's the tone.
Yes.
It has a shield and stuff also.
Oh yeah, the
Yes.
the dropping
It
shield.
had that. Yes, it had a shield you could place down.
Yeah, then it's a throne.
Okay, that's what I use. That's what I tended to use. That's what I liked using anyway. All right, now we've circled around that. The final Titan form. I mean, is there a Titan that you all use? Am I skipping all of you?
I generally use the Vanguard Titan Monarch or whatever you could
Is
consider.
it the first one?
No, your last.
The last one.
Mm.
No, I keep forgetting.
Is it the giant, like a minigun?
Hold on. I'm going based off multiplayer. I can't remember this.
I also use the tome. I think mostly I did like using the sniper. That's if I had enough range, because like dealing with multiple titans at once is annoying.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead first.
No, go ahead.
The Monarch Titan, where you have like you can siphon off energy from someone else with your like charge shot.
That's the last one. It's the last. Yeah, it's the minigun.
Chain gun, yeah. And then you have you can rearm and stuff also. You're like.
Yeah, that's probably if that was there throughout the whole campaign, I might have used it, but it was only at the end.
I find the wind up too long.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. The thing I did was I just went really slow and I held down right click so that it kept at the max wind up. So then, like whenever I needed to shoot, I just immediately. Yes.
Lantha, what's your favorite Titan?
Blight Core Titan? I don't know.
The sniper one.
The sniper.
Oh, was it a sniper?
Where you're flying?
Yeah.
Yeah, the flying.
That is
North Star.
North Star.
He's the only sniper with the flying ability.
Yeah.
Like the flying in the air and shooting.
I did use that one in the big Titan battle in the middle of the game, where like you are dropped, you prepare for Titanfall, and you drop in, fight a bunch of Titans. I used it for a bit, but then I went back to the other one. It is very satisfying being in a Titan and squishing the enemies that were killing you many, many times before.
It is.
That's another thing I forgot to bring up. Both in multiplayer, this is true as well, but in the campaign, one of the things that made the hardest difficulty not feel painful was the very healthy amount of checkpoints. They checkpointed this game to heck. Like
I think they kind of needed to with all the parkouring, especially in the factory. The whole going around it is kind of a maze. Well, not a maze, but you have to figure out how to get to the end, right? So it kind of looks like a maze.
Yeah.
So I think it is necessary for that type of game where you have a lot of jumping.
It is very necessary. It really highlights how a game can just feel terrible if you have shit checkpoints. Because if every time you died, you started really far back, it would be annoying as heck. But because of the healthy amount of checkpoints, whenever you died, it felt like, okay, I just try again. Like it never felt annoying. It felt pretty good, pretty good, healthy checkpoints. So in the campaign, you fight Titans as well. You fight basically the classes that you get to play as later. I, in a weird way, I think after getting better at the game by the end of the first playthrough, when I played it on the hardest difficulty at the second time, all of the Titan battles were easy.
Yeah.
He played on the easiest difficulty, so it felt fine.
Nice.
Every single fight was easy, man. I just breezed through the whole thing, you know.
You're a real gamer.
I'm a real gamer,
Capital
yeah.
G.
This I think the master difficulty on this game is probably one of the best hardest difficulties in any game I've played, just because it felt so right. Everything about it felt right, with the checkpoints, with the fact that enemies are basically as strong as you, meaning that if any wrong move, you just suffer for it, but the checkpoints are healthy enough that you just come back immediately. It's
Yeah.
lovely.
Oh,
I was not at all angry at master difficulty. It was great.
I would agree. Yeah, it's you can really sense the heightened difficulty with the hardest setting, but like
Yeah,
it's still achievable. I would say it's not really possible.
it's not at all. Yeah, you just have to. You just. It feels so satisfying to accomplish like a boss or a set of enemies that was really hard. Just so satisfying. It's lovely. The bosses. Speaking of, I'm trying to remember. I don't really remember any of the bosses' characters. I'll be honest.
See,
I mean, for me, the most memorable, I think, would be Viper's fight or boss fight. Yeah.
Well, his fight was definitely memorable. I liked that I had to use the freaking cover.
Because there's like many phases to it rather than the other boss fights where it's like very linear.
Yeah. The phase of the Viper's fight was pretty good. And they established him pretty well, because none of the Titans fire, and then you suddenly see this bastard flying about,
Yep.
destroying ships immediately. It was a good fight. It was a good fight, and also I don't know if this happens on the easier difficulties, but 2 other Titans also spawn with Viper.
What? Wait, what?
yeah, they do.
Ah, wait.
They do.
They spawn on. I was playing on normal.
Hmm.
I think that was
Then it-
true. I think there's always like other Titans when
Multiple Titans.
Yeah.
when
There's
you're
always-
when you're battling the
difficulty just
boss.
comes in their health and their
Yeah.
Yeah. Health management applies to Titans as opposed to people in the campaign.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah. So one thing I realized is that as soon as you pick up a health pack, your shield starts to generate again. So I always, whenever my shield went down and my health was getting a little bit hit, then I would pick up the health pack, so that my shield immediately starts replenishing, and then again back into the fight. I was not very good at using the deflecting, the boomerang. I don't know what you call it. The shot where you catch the bullets and throw them back.
The Matrix style bullet catch.
Yeah.
I was never good at that, so I ended up using the regular shields.
I mean, fair enough. There's a style for everyone.
That's a good thing, right? There's different styles for Titans rather than one Titan class for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Find
Yeah.
what you're comfortable with and run with it.
Yeah. And I think Titans, you don't get a choice in the beginning, but as the game goes on, you can choose which type of Titan you want to use through the campaign.
As you get your loadouts and stuff.
Yeah.
No, but you
It's a-
can.
it's
You
a-
could always like
it's a
swap
loadout
them out.
system.
You could always swap them out, though, right?
Exactly. That's right.
But you
Yeah,
need you need to find some of them, right? Over
Oh yeah, you need to unlock it in order to use it. But like I found
in
my
the beginning, you just have.
yeah, I found myself like using like 3 or 4 loadouts every fight.
Yeah. Although the final fight, it was very sad. It's again epicness, very satisfying. That the final loadout that you unlock is the most like outwardly devastating one, being the minigun one.
Yeah.
Which Anuk mentioned is the one he uses in multiplayer. yeah, it's very satisfying to mow down enemies that were a lot harder before. Yeah, I a big love to it. And speaking of Titans, one of the most significant characters in this game, BT.
BT.
Anyone make him their husband or
What? I was not expecting that to be the question.
I was gonna say waifu, but I was like, oh wait, husband.
I wasn't even expecting any of those. I mean, he's a good bloke. Maybe have a beer with him, but I don't think I think that's his husband. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
No.
We went into this a bit, but with the story. But it's the simple story. Also, the dynamic between Cooper, the character you're playing, and BT is not too complicated. It's really a bond of camaraderie. I mean, the whole game relationships are really just camaraderie.
Yeah.
There's no romance. There's no like, oh, you betrayed me at any point in the story. It's very much just you are one member of an army and you're pretty good. So they assign you to tasks. Yeah, but it's pretty. It's very, very serviceable for the kind of game that it is, for the kind of campaign that they're telling. BT, I imagine, is anyone's favorite character just because they didn't really flesh out any other characters.
I don't think you really need to, though. I feel like if you add too many, it's like it makes sense that like you're like any like war game that like you always have like just a companion that like that you go through the story with, that the focus is on them. I find like that too many characters makes it a lot harder to track.
Yeah.
Or like form a I don't know what you call it. I won't call it a bond, but like like
the bond is definitely there. It's just not like overtly like I love you, BT. It's in like the small moments of like him giving a thumbs up and BT giving back a thumbs up, like after being confused for a moment.
He's like Baymax.
Yeah.
Is he? That seems like a stretch.
No.
You know what? He is like Baymax.
He is like Baymax.
Because they both sacrificed them as spoilers for Big Hero 6. Both sacrificed themselves.
Spoiling every single robot movie.
Spoiling, yeah, true. Yeah. I was about to name another one, but I don't want to spoil that one.
Terminator.
The first
Actually, there's a thumbs up there, but yeah.
P600.
There's a thumbs up there. That's true. But yeah, it's little just like they established the friendship enough that his sacrifice, and that was a really cool, like him loading up the throughout the whole game. He's stating the 3
missions protocols.
Yeah, the first one being I forgot what the first one.
One of it's uphold the mission. The last one's protect the pilot.
Yes, the last one's protect the pilot. So uphold the mission, like at the very end, it's loading in, and you only see uphold the mission. And then the third one, protect the pilot, takes you out and throws you away as he sacrifices himself, and saves everybody. It is very appropriate. It is very appropriate for the type of story. It's not melodramatic. It's not overly melodramatic. Cooper's not crying in his rest. He's just simply like
Cooper's already moved on at the end of the story. He's
he's definitely yeah. But when I was in the credits, I paused it and I saw a logbook come up, and it was Cooper's logbook, and he's like, "I'm going to be assigned a new Titan. I don't know if I'll ever I don't know if I want a new one. I kind of like the old one."
Yeah,
it was very stoic. A stoic way of saying I miss that guy.
Also, going back to the reason why I said that BT is like Baymax is because like it's the reason why I said it is because like they both are kind of, you obviously know they're robots. It's just that they try to be human in certain ways, or like try to connect with the human side,
Yes.
or like bring out their human side so that they can connect better with their partner.
Yeah, the conversations of him not understanding Cooper at points and Cooper not understanding him was very enjoyable. It wasn't overbearing. It never got in the way of anything. It was just sweet, lovely, nice.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. You know what? Again, they did not overreach. They stayed within their bounds and they told a pretty decent tale for a fun ass action game.
Did someone say reach?
Oh Lord! All right, so yeah, I think we've talked about everything there is to do.
Wait,
with this game.
I'm gonna mention one more thing that I just remembered.
Go ahead.
It's mostly my experience because this is I don't know how many times Anuk has played this. Maybe he also has the exact same thing. This is my third time playing it, and because I was somewhat familiar even after 3 years of playing it, I was vaguely familiar with the layout of the entire game that I felt like I did a speed run of this entire game. Because looking at my hours, a story mission that should take you 6 hours, I finished in under 4. Because I
saw there's someone who was able to complete the story within 3 hours. So I don't think it's impossible.
yeah, because like I wouldn't say skipping entire sections, but like if there was platforming to get away from enemies, I did it.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I don't think there are certain moments where you don't need to kill every enemy.
No.
Just
Yeah.
I mean, like the factory, you can pass through
Yeah,
easily.
that's what I did.
I didn't even think about this. Yeah, on master difficulty, I just ran away a lot because the game never tells you have to kill all these enemies. The game just tells you here's an objective and there are enemies.
There are some moments, like for example, I think in the beginning when BT is surrounded, you have
Yes. There are a few select moments where it's clearly
when you're moving around, I don't think it's really a big prerequisite to kill everybody.
You can just waltz right past them.
If you're playing like a master difficulty, Akshan might attest to this as well. But like you just kill enemies to get your ammo and stuff. You don't need to really do it.
That makes sense.
Oh yeah. There were points where I was running out of ammo. I just invisibility came up behind someone, clonked them in the face, and then took their gun. And that's the way you do it. I concur. You run away.
You run away a lot.
Yes. Again, this ties into the game's feeling of choice. Like the game gives you an objective, but it doesn't tell you how to get the objective. It doesn't tell you, "Hey, clear these enemies. You didn't clear enough enemies. You can't progress to the next area." Only a few times it happens, but they also are story intertwined, so they never feel like they don't make sense, or it doesn't feel like, "Oh, this is a game."
You know the section with like the satellite dish.
Yes.
I completely ignored
enemies?
I completely ignored every enemy and just parkoured the entire that and the factory are like the only two places I like completely ignored everyone. I was just like, yep.
Yeah, I did that as well. Second playthrough. Actually, first playthrough I did that as well because I was like, I don't need to kill these guys. No one's telling me to.
Satellite dish part, I did that. Not the factory.
Yeah, factory. I feel like I was.
Factory. I feel like first playthrough, at least you end up running into people.
Yeah, you ran into people. You killed them a lot. Yeah. It's good game design. It's very well made. I no secret what we think about it. However, I think that's all. I feel like we can talk about this game, isn't it?
Yeah, I think.
Any last words before we move into achievements?
No, not really for me at least.
All right.
Covered every section.
All right, Achievement Hunter, go ahead.
I'm gonna use the bathroom. Sorry.
Right then, I guess I'm gonna take this section while Akshan's on his little break. I mean, Anuk, I'm sure you perfected this game as well, so you can attest to. It's not a difficult game. It has 50 achievements, but you can complete it.
I think the only problem is isn't there multiplayer achievements?
No.
There is.
Yeah.
There are.
Was there one,
Yeah.
one or two, right? Only not
Yeah,
many.
about 3 multiplayer achievements. There it isn't a
Oh.
problem because like you can get into. At least I got into like a bot lobby and it works the same.
The
Yeah.
achievements, from what I remember, you can still get it even if you have to join your own lobby.
Yeah, as long as it's in the multiplayer category, it's fine.
Yeah.
The way I would like categorize like the achievements is that like there's a about 25%, 30% is like story based. You know, finish this chapter, beat this boss. Another section is like to do with weapons, like because each weapon has like its own ultimate, like destroy titans using this ultimate, doing that. And like another 20% of it's like doing a specific action inside the game. Kill 25 people when you're in a titan. There's one where you have to kill a prowler that's caged up. There's ones for like finding collectibles and stuff like that. So like, it's not difficult. I would say play it blind on your first run, and then like, because anyway you'll have to play it again the second time if you're gonna play it on master difficulty.
Played on master difficulty.
Yeah, you're gonna play it a second time on master difficulty anyways. And so when you are doing that, you can just have the guide up on screen and just like get whatever you missed, including collectibles and stuff like that. So like, it's a fairly easy one, unless you are a person that is not a fan of like FPS games and you find shooting people to be very difficult and you're not mechanically skilled like that. You're probably not to have a very hard time. If you are having a hard time mouse and keyboard, just buy a controller.
Holy. Did you mention? I was not here for this. Did you mention multiplayer achievements?
I did.
All right.
You can get them because like you can just go in, like Anup mentioned, you can go into your own lobby.
And get them. Okay.
Yeah, because it's the only multiplayer ones that I saw. You join a multiplayer network, you customize a multiplayer loader, and you win a multiplayer match. So you can do all those 3 in your own lobby.
Lovely. I was worried that you wouldn't be able to get some of them just because of the player population, but
No, I think you can still get everything. I'm glad that it's one of those games that you don't really that the achievement is not stuck. There are many games like that annoy me for not being able to get an achievement just because you
it
need.
doesn't exist anymore.
Not that it doesn't exist, but like it needed to happen during a certain time. Like the one most notorious for that annoys me to this day is the Gary's mod achievement for meeting Gary. Like no one's gonna get that. No one in 2025 is ever gonna get that achievement.
I didn't know. Who's Gary? I thought.
What do you mean? Who's Gary?
I don't know who Gary is.
Oh my god, man.
All right, next time on the playlist we will talk about Gary's mod. But until then, let's give our ratings for this game. Titanfall 2. Anuk, go ahead.
Titanfall 2, where do I begin? Story, excellent, as Akshan has perfectly encapsulated the whole storyline just now. And yeah, this as well. Perfect. Multiplayer, as everyone else has mentioned, it's at the moment, so to say, dead. But it's still playable. It's just that you'll have to take a long time if you're playing on console. I don't know if console can you play at all even, but on PC definitely.
I think you can. It's just that again, you have to like maybe like find a community of people who are already playing it.
True.
And then play with them.
Or have friends who are playing at the same time. Or have friends.
Yeah, or have friends, which is I would argue even harder to do.
Yep. But what he said. But in general, I feel like it's a perfect game for its time. Until today, I think the campaign still stands. Yeah, I give it a try.
Lovely. All right. We'll go to the what side is this? Right of that, Delanta.
So, I've often been called a hater because I always say don't try any of these shit games that we recommend. Um,
And you know why he is the hater when he gives his review right now.
yeah. So as I mentioned earlier, campaign gameplay is amazing, incredible, but didn't really give a damn about anybody and anything to do with the story. Multiplayer is unplayable on console. You'll have to go through a lot of hoops and stuff to actually play a multiplayer game, in my opinion. But if you're willing to do it, go for it. However, I'm going to say try it.
Wow, Delanta
Because
has a heart. Delanta has a heart.
yeah, because here's the thing. I mean, at the end of the day, the gameplay is fantastic. I think there are very few games nowadays which does what this game does. You'll find it mostly. You'll have to find all of this the joy in the campaign. I don't think you're going to find it in the multiplayer just because of the player population and all the hoops you have to go through to actually make the multiplayer happen. So, but definitely the campaign is so. There's a lot of variety. The mechanics are great and stuff. So that alone is worth trying it. And I think it's worth it even for the 6 hours or 4 hours of the campaign. It is still worth playing. So yeah, I still think try it. Even though I don't think it's a perfect game in Big Old 2025, but I think it's still worth trying.
Lovely. All right. I'll go next. It's a perfect game.
I knew this. I knew this was happening.
I mean, hey, if you find it's perfect, then that's
I was thinking about like a game that it reminds me of, and I think over the course of the conversation, it reminds me of Half-Life 2 the most, because I kind of want to play the game again, just the campaign, just because I want to. Like Half-Life 2, I just played the game again for no reason, just because I wanted to play it again. It has this very tight, very very smartly constructed campaign that has not an ounce of fluff to it. It's decked to the nines in gameplay, and I'm a big fan of campaigns that know what they are. They do not try to overstep. They do not try to be something else. They are just a fun ass time playing an action hero character in this world. So in regards to the campaign especially, I'm really, I guess in regards to graphics, I'm just not bothered by it. If there is some age to it, I guess it just doesn't bother me, because I love pretty much everything about this game. It is lovely. I'm giving it a try it. Sadly, you can't really play the multiplayer as the way it was intended when it came out, but if you are looking to get a great campaign, I highly recommend this. Yeah, over to you, Seshibu.
Just before Seshan, I want to add in one more thing. Another reason why I think you should try Titanfall 2 is because there is about a 90% chance we're not going to get another Titanfall game. There's about a 90% chance it's not happening. So I think it is worth investing and playing this one just to see how good Titanfall is. Maybe if more people play it, maybe EA will be like, yeah, screw it. Well, you can make another one respawn. Unlikely.
Or if the new company makes.
They can't make a Titanfall, but they can make a Titanfall
They could make a spiritual successor, which would be nice. But I feel like
what's this game? Jazz Punk Cyberpunk. I forgot the name of the game.
Bomb Rush Cyberpunk.
Bomb Rush Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk is a spiritual successor to Jet Set Radio. Yeah, so there you go. So that could happen, but again, it's I think if you do want to get that true Titanfall experience, this might be the last chance to get it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sashan. You can continue.
Now, thanks for stealing my thunder, Dilanta.
Oh, sorry, Sashan. I just had to mention it. It's my opinion.
You hater.
I said try it. I have my problems. I still said try it because the gameplay is that good.
It's perfect, Dilan.
We've been wondering what each person is. So Seshan's the achievement hunter. We know now that Dilanta is the hater.
Yeah. Now that that's established, let me get on to my summarized review. Much like everyone else here that have said the good things about this game, I completely agree. And also, yeah, you will not buy this game for its multiplayer. I am sad to. I am sad that it could not uh, reach the full potential that it had, and that I was not able to experience it at its peak, whenever that was. But I still think the campaign is worth whatever you're going to spend for this game. It's heavily discounted and very often at that, and it's very cheap. So I don't see a reason why you shouldn't. I think if you are a fan of FPS games, if you're a fan of like fast-paced shooters as well, like this is a game that you should try because it works so well. I feel like a monkey that has something going off in my brain, like dopamine is hitting my brain when I am hitting those jumps and shooting people in the head. Uh, uh, yes, monkey, thumbs up, approved. Try it.
Oh god, lovely. I mean, there's so many things that we probably didn't even notice. Like I just realized, I imagine sound design was very important for making the jumping feel good. You know? Yeah. So I mean, I'm not going to go into that harangue.
Yeah. No, like
That's our thoughts.
yeah.
That's our thoughts on Titanfall. Thank you very much. Remember to like, subscribe, follow on whatever platform you're listening, watching this on. Uh, this is the first episode of season 2, so we have some videos coming up, and you can see all the us describing each of these games on our game selection video, which should have come out by now. So the next one coming out is Sheepy, short tail,
A short adventure.
a short adventure. And then after that we have the beginner's guide, and then Chinese parents. Yeah, so that's our show. Wrap it up, everybody. Thank you for watching. Have a good day, night.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.